Yo, what it is? I am your boy who is D right. Proud to be back for another week. Fellas. I'm gonna pass it to Ty. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, Had a nice week. I mean, it was some crazy stuff happening this week, but we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna pass it to my man Doc.
Always good, always great. Can't call it. Pass it to George.
Whatever, y'all. Joker the eighth. Let's just get into it, man.
Yeah.
Well, yes, sir, fellas. I think we'd be out of line if we didn't do what we need to do right now. Pay respect to the GOAT, Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to his daughter. Rest in peace to the other 7 people who were aboard the helicopter.
Mhm.
It hit different, man. It hit different as a black man. It hit different. I'm not even a big basketball fan, but that shit just hit different, bro. Because you kind of expect legends to live it to old age, and it's kind of expected, and this just came out of nowhere.
That
But
shit is
I
crazy.
wanna focus our conversation. And everybody, please pay your tributes if you feel necessary to do that. But I want to focus the conversation around 2 points. One, how do y'all feel about TMZ reporting the death supposedly or allegedly before the family found out? And it just as an asterisk, they did come out recently and said that they were given the AOK by Kobe Bryant's team. And then two, how do y'all feel about the internet's reaction to it as far as like the memes and the humor based memes? I seen one joint that was like it was Jesus crossing up Kobe Bryant, like you thought it was sweet up here, shit like that. I shared one meme and I'll share what it was later. But how do y'all feel about the memes and how do y'all feel about TMZ? And anybody can pick it up and like I said, pay a tribute if you feel that necessary.
Well, I go first. Yeah, rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, Gigi. It was tragic, man. Like that did hit different. Like George said, it was right after our last episode. It was just crazy. Like I couldn't believe it when I first seen it. But as far as the memes go, I think that sometimes you just gotta laugh at stuff so you don't cry at it. You know what I mean? So I feel like as long as I don't feel like they like the one you talking about. I don't think that was distasteful. I think we're just funny. It's all funny games. We still keeping the humor with it. But as far as TMZ go, I feel like is that your mic or my mic?
I think you good.
Okay, so as far as TMZ go, um, I think they got to really take a step back and look at how they doing things because that's messed up. If they reported the story before the wife knew, that's just like that's very very insensitive. I think they gotta figure out how to do something differently over there. They got to start contacting people or something. And then Kobe's rep, like yeah, I think he need to get thrown into the fire because that's crazy. If he told him before anybody else knew, told him that it was okay to like broadcast a story like that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I thought so too. A lot of people saying it was for like they feel like TMZ got like swelling. To be honest,
I think they lying. But I mean, who is Kobe representative? I mean,
they
you're
just
not.
said Kobe's team. They just said Kobe's team, whatever that means.
His
So
agent, I assume, his man, the
I mean,
sports
I
players
guess if
got agents and managers and shit.
I guess if Kobe's team doesn't come out and say they didn't say it, I guess then they said it then. So, but that's
True
crazy.
indeed. True
I think it's
indeed.
crazy. I think it's insane, man.
I think I don't have a problem with Team Z. I feel like I feel like Team Z was the most actual like on point facts. They reported Kobe was dead. They waited. Then they confirmed Gianna was also on there, and that was the only ones I ever saw them confirm it up to. But other news stations, I think ABC was the first one that said all four of his daughters was on there, and I was like, oh
Yeah, they was
nah.
wild.
I was like, y'all are
Yeah,
wilding. Then somebody said Rick Fox, and that was all the other channels. So if TMZ is saying that they talk with somebody and confirm that yes, this it like I'm fine with them saying like if someone in their camp says yes, that is him, more than likely that person in their camp should know that chain of respect and tell the Vanessa for sure at the very least was already been notified if someone in the camp is saying yes, this actually did happen. Because I'm assuming Vanessa is the first person that they would have confirmed this stuff
yeah. I
too.
feel like she should have known
But
first.
when it, but just yeah, but I have no problem with necessarily what TMZ did. Like once they know that it was coming out, it's TMZ. That's and TMZ is probably Los Angeles news for real. So that's something that they would probably do. I'm not sure if Kobe ever was on like in person in their studio in their headquarters at one point or anything. So I think that Harvey Levin and all them over there have you know like mounds of respect for Kobe Bryant and Gianna and all the other people that died on there. But to just speak on how I felt about it when it happened, bro. I don't even have kids, but I was just like, yo, this is the worst, like straight up
I seen you
death
going off on
of
Facebook.
some. Yeah, bro, because I'm like, it is
That's
no
real.
way that a force would allow
No, that's facts.
the man and his 4 daughters, like erase a person's presence basically off of the earth
That's what I was
and
thinking.
leave one woman alone to do that. So I'm not gonna say I was happy when I found out it was just one of his daughters, because that's still terrible. But I was really like impacted. Like I cannot believe something crazy like this would happen, because the difference between Kobe and MJ or Prince or even Nipsey is that you could see a reason as to why they might get out early. You knew MJ and Prince were like doing things with drugs and pain pills and different things like that. Nipsey's from the streets. So you can imagine that somebody like a hater, you can imagine he would go out like that. A hater would run up on him doing that. But when it came to Kobe, it was nothing. It's nothing. And I'm out here in LA. And I remember that morning looking out thinking, man, it's foggy as shit outside. Like the fog here is like thick shit. Like you literally can't see. Like it's been times I had to just go 2 miles an hour into work because I'm like, damn, man, I can't see shit in front of me. That was the first time fog was actually that thick. I didn't even know it could get like that. So to look out in the morning, do that, and then I got on the podcast with y'all, and then got off and be like, what? It was just crazy. It was just crazy.
Yeah. That shit hit hard, man. Definitely did. How you feel about the memes though, George?
The memes. Like I thought that most of I didn't see no like rude, disrespectful ones. The only rude, disrespectful Jones I saw was like people making comments maybe about the 2003 rape case, which he fought to the end, even spending thousands times more money to make sure you fought that idea that one, he's raping anybody. So I have no like I'm not holding none of that shit against Kobe. That's the only insensitive things I saw, but them memes was funny. First off, like the one that had Kobe like looking over the crowd of people and was like, Jesus, like who trying to run one real quick? And he's like none of y'all angels can handle me, and Kobe just look over like, what you talking about? I think all those Jones was dope, and I think all the visuals and things that they putting out with him and Gianna or him here and the murals and stuff is all dope. I don't have no problems with really any of those memes for real. I think that's a small opportunity to have some happiness, some laughter in these here, because honestly, who y'all think will win in a one-on-one, Kobe or Jesus? I'm just saying. I'm just gonna say I know for a fact one of those people existed. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. Doc?
I don't really know what else to say. I wasn't much of a Kobe fan, I'll say. Coming up, you was either Iverson or Kobe, and I was always Team Iverson. So yeah, hey, he went to Georgetown. It's just whatever. But nah, like y'all said everything basically. You know, I agree kind of more with George about the TMZ thing. Like I don't think I ain't really see much of an issue with, you know, that order of operations. I know how news stations be. Like, as soon as they get the story, they try to be the first one to let it out. You know, I'm pretty sure that, you know, somebody let them know, even if it came out afterwards or whatever the case may be. But I don't necessarily have an issue with that. And about the memes, I don't have no issue with none of them. I feel like I haven't seen any that was just straight up just crazy.
Disrespectful, yeah.
But I think that's needed. I'm more on that like Dave Chappelle style comedy where you like just make jokes about shit that you probably shouldn't. But if you can find something funny, then you know you just make it funny. But
I agree.
I never seen a meme or anything like that was anything that I was just like, nah, y'all shouldn't even joke about that. And any type of concept of bringing back the rape charges or anything like that, like I couldn't even imagine in like my wildest imagination somebody like Kobe having to do something like that. Like it just sounds dumb. Like it sounds like he's just trying to make up something to put, you know, by his name, try to tarnish a legacy or whatever. But you know, definitely rest in peace. Exactly.
Did y'all see the conspiracy theorists, bro?
Man. Dr. Umar is corny, man. I used to be an avid follower of Dr. Umar.
Right.
And the fact that George just said like it was foggy outside, like it was so thick, like that already. He was saying that the guy was a professional
Yeah,
pilot.
I also have experience with helicopters too. So I'm like, like the helicopter doesn't matter how old it is. We got helicopters still operating from the fucking 70s. Like you can imagine this, and apparently this dude flies for him all the time. If Kobe and them have someplace to be as a helicopter pilot, fog isn't inherently dangerous. Obviously, it's if you can't see something, it's dangerous. Just like if you're driving in a car, it's the same thing. And he used those helicopters like cars. So what I believe happened was it was hella foggy. The dude was like, let me go above the fog, then go above the clouds or something, so I can try to, get past this fog or whatever. Might not have known he was actually as low as he was. Clipped something.
Yeah,
and ended up going down.
Thick, so he probably felt
it was
like,
thick, bro. I've never seen fog like this till I came to California.
Wow.
Because I was thinking it was smoke. I was like, is this smog? Smoke? What is going on?
Yeah, Dr. Umar, I feel like he's corny for that, man.
Yeah, he corny, bro.
Leave that alone, man. Leave that alone. I can't. You can't make everything conspiracy theory.
You know how people like to reach.
I'm not gonna say everything.
Oh, that's right, Doc. I know you like Dr. Umar.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not gonna.
I forgot about that.
Conspiracy theory. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not even gonna say that he was right or wrong. What I am gonna say is his reasons aren't false. So when it comes to a situation like that, like when you look at a bunch of the details surrounding, because he's not the only person that said some shit like that, and wasn't the only person that gave other details about the day, about the situation, about the date itself, about a bunch of other things, that, like whether you believe in numerology or astrology, that type of thing. Like there was a lot of different details about that specific day, that if you follow the symbology actually count for something. But I can't. I'd be remiss to say that that's actually what happened. But at this end of the day, there are a lot of, I'd say, symbolic coincidences. I'll just say it like that. Yeah, because those are real things, and everything that pretty much everything he said in that video was pretty much on point.
Real 10 for you right now, Doc. Real 10 for you right now.
Hey, when you actually find out about why they did the 10 for you start to look at that whole situation differently.
Here we go, dog. Here we go.
If you know, you know.
Hey, you're right. I hear you. Hey, look,
because what's gonna happen is, and it's kind of going off topic a little bit, but when 5G comes out and you start hearing everything,
I'm hip.
Okay, then. So if you understand that concept, when you go back to the 10 for your head concept, you kind of get a reason that, but
that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother discussion right there.
But it happens.
Yeah, that's fact.
Those things happen. So
that's fact. All right, fellas. To summarize, like I said, rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, Gigi. Rest in peace to all the other 7 people that were on the helicopter with them. I can't imagine what that was like in the last moments. And just rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to the GOAT. Let's move on. Let's move on to something a little brighter. Weezy, man. Lil Wayne, the GOAT. One of the GOATs. My top 10. In my top 10. Have y'all heard the album Funeral yet?
You know we have.
Yes, sir.
I was only able to listen to it once, but
well, all right.
I heard it.
Well, all right. I thought I'll give my joint's quick. My joint's mad quick. I'll give 2 critiques of the album real quick, and then I'll just say what I feel about it. My only 2 critiques is this: too much goddamn drugs, because he was slurring a little bit, bro. I couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. And then my only other critique is that when he get real excited and shit, he get that high pitched voice. That shit trash. Like whenever he hit that high pitched voice, I was like, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it, bro. Otherwise, though, solid ass album. It's pretty good. Like to me, on the song Harden, it was poetic, bro. Like just hearing Weezy spit poetic lines, bro. I thought that shit was phenomenal, bro. It was poetic, bro. Like you can read that. You can read that with no beat and be like, "This shit fire. Who's this? Shakespeare? Who's this? Who wrote this?"
Nah,
like, yeah, like.
All
right, whatever. That's fine. All right, cool. But look though, I thought the album was dope. I thought it was a good album. I would definitely play. I only heard it one time, but I would definitely play it again. I would skip a few tracks, especially when like I said, when he got that high pitched voice and when he's slurring it out. A little too much Actavis, a little too much Xannies, a little too much Adderall.
Out of 10, what you giving it?
Ooh, man. Shit. Shit. I probably would give it like a 7.58. I give it 7.5, 8.
8.
7.5 for the low side, 8 for the good side. I think it was solid, man. I think the features did well. I think his lyricism was good. I mean, I think his content is dumb at this point. We know you're not doing none of this shit no more, so your content's kind of redundant. But otherwise, it's a solid album.
I mean,
but you got to me.
Sure, he does that shit.
Well, his content is about two things: doing drugs and just like shooting niggas. We know you don't shoot niggas no more. We know you do drugs.
Wayne get down.
Yeah,
he didn't know you apparently.
Yeah, all right. And one nigga posted on Facebook today. He was like, "Yo, damn, Lil Wayne went from a drug pusher to a drug user." The thing about Lil Wayne is, I'm not excusing drug using behavior. However, I think Lil Wayne has officially reached rock star status, and that's how rock stars live. Yeah. So, I mean, what's your thoughts?
I think I listened to that jump, man, and I just want to say, Lil Wayne is fire, man. Like, just the way he put together his bars and all that, like, it's just crazy. Like, they still able to do this at an older age. I mean, he not old. He never was super old. But he's still able to do this, like, and like you said, yeah, the drug slur made him slur his speech and stuff like that. But when you spitting bars, bro, that shit don't matter, bro. Like the way he was spitting, bro.
Like, 20 years, bro. 20 years plus, bro.
The way he was spitting, bro.
Shit crazy.
Like, bro, like I think somebody got to be writing this for him. Like,
chill off that, bro. Chill off that, bro.
Put that out in the air, like for you to be this fire, bro. Oh my God! I think
George, you hit a Wayne slander, George?
That's not Wayne slander.
That's not.
I think everybody has people helping them with different stuff.
Man, listen. Every song, I could say almost every song I thought like was fire. I'm not gonna hold you.
I don't know about all that.
I think almost every song was fire.
Clap that ass like a salt shaker.
I said almost every song. That's the only song.
Almost.
I think that's the only song. The only song on the entire tape I didn't like.
Which one you talking?
That
that one. I appreciate a good twerk joint in there.
I know you do. Twerk anthems.
Yeah, but so but Ty, what you giving it though out of 10?
Oh, out of 10, shit, man. I'm gonna give it an 8, a solid 8, 8.5.
Ooh, we giving the extra half?
No, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna do an 8, maybe an 8.3.
Nice.
You
round it up, it's still 0.5.
No, it's not.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give you my rating ahead of time. So I would give it an 8.5 to a 9. I ain't gonna give it 100%. I didn't like the joint with Triple X or the joint with
that shit was a little too dark.
I never liked Triple X. Rest in peace, Triple X. But I never really liked that whole little goth rap shit that he be doing. And the Dream sound like a straight female. I mean, I know that's his like thing. That's his pitch of his voice.
That song was fire,
but it sounded like straight female, and I was just the whole time I'm thinking like,
fire,
what the fuck is going on? Like, what the fuck is going on with this shit? I couldn't get that out of my head. And then the reason I think that it deserves a higher one is because it was still true to Wayne. Like y'all are saying, oh, he's still talking about drugs or killing people, but how can a nigga talk about this for that long a time and it still be fire and it's new shit and it's like crazy, still coming to like, God damn, how did he weave that fucking shit together? Talking about the same damn gun that he had back in '99.
But I miss articulate Wayne. I miss Carter.
He was articulate.
I understand everything he was saying, bro.
I mean, but no, he just playing that like for sound effects and stuff. But you've always had to listen to his jumps again to hear this, to hear all the things he's doing in there.
Did y'all like the song with Adam Levine?
Nah, it was alright. It was alright.
I like everything.
I thought it was okay.
I thought Adam Levine was kind of too far out of like the Wayne kind of bubble, but
it didn't fit the theme of the album.
Yeah, it definitely didn't fit the theme of the album. But I will say I feel like old Wayne, like No Ceilings Wayne and stuff, is the same. I feel like it's the same Wayne on this album. Like it makes me appreciate the old Wayne as if like he was ahead of his time, and now people are like, people's stuff is all onto his. Because even the features, some of these people, their own albums is just like not garbage, but like, oh, okay, we're just listening for the good beats and some hooks and shit. But they knew they can't get on Wayne's because Wayne has the beats, the hooks, and he is lyrically able to like just destroy you.
Did y'all hear Takeoff?
You want to handle that shit in there. So I give it a high 8.5, 9 for sure.
Takeoff. You know who else snapped? Lil Baby went in too, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lil Baby was in there. I was like, okay, Lil Baby.
Lil Baby snaps, son.
Baby can rap.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Exactly. I'm like, these niggas took this feature and was like, all right, time for me to put on here.
Right.
And you the top 10 GOAT. You gotta do your thing, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man, everybody on that shit snap, even the singers.
Big facts.
Hey, but everybody, now it's time to get ready for the downer.
Get ready for Doc.
Here we
Drum
go.
roll, please.
Here we fucking go.
Doc, the holisticist, neighborhood know-it-all. Take a drink real quick. That's right. Get yourself ready for this. Doc,
Nigga
how'd you
sipping
feel?
haterade.
Damn.
Damn. 2020, we still got haterade.
Ah.
It's crazy. Nah, but I don't know. I ain't like it as much as y'all did apparently.
Damn.
That's
This
what-
guy's a phony.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a Wayne fan. Like I like Wayne. I feel like you know what I'm saying. As far as his career is concerned, he's definitely top 10. All that, that's great. Whatever.
Okay.
But just like I said in the group chat, and I'll kind of explain it a little bit. Like I feel like the same thing how I said about Eminem was like,
Wow.
at this point, you're not. Like one of the comments George made about M's track, M's CD is about how I felt about this one. Was just like
What was that comment?
who is he making music for at this point?
Oh,
Like,
but it's
yeah,
us.
Me,
You, but I obviously I
Me.
see that. But like obviously I see that. But it didn't. It didn't do it for me. I don't know. Like I said, I don't like giving real ratings. I don't like really reviewing albums that I listen to 2 or 3, 4 times. But from listening to it,
So you know I put the gifts of niggas dancing and shit or bobbing to the
Shit was
jump in
fire,
the
bro.
car. That's if your
Nigga posted
to
Slow
me if
Train
your
line.
CD don't do that, if your album don't do that, then I'm like, who you making music for? That's what I'm talking about Eminem. But Wayne shit getting up in the car.
Yeah.
I was doing the shit that was dedicated for Kobe. Like he had like track 8, I forgot what it's called, something Bing jumping or something like that.
I feel
It's like the
y'all
last
just
the
have
last
that
24
emotional
seconds is just
attachment.
silence for Kobe or whatever. That
Doc,
shit
I
I had
got
him
two
repeat the
questions,
whole
Doc.
time.
I feel like y'all have
Two questions, Doc.
attachment to Wayne, and
Oh,
y'all
no,
just
no,
giving
no,
him
two
the
questions, Doc.
benefit of the doubt.
2 questions, Doc.
What's
What do
that?
you give it 1 to 10? And then secondly, how did you feel about the production?
1 to 10.
ours.
1 to 10. Like even the bar, like whatever. Like I don't know. Maybe
Wow.
I don't know
Wow,
how.
son.
I don't know
Come
how.
on, bro.
Cause it's not.
Wow,
nothing.
son.
I don't know. It's not nothing tight. Like I listen to, especially now that I'm paying more attention to other types of rap and listening to battle rap now and all this other crazy shit. Like now that I'm listening to people outside of who I would usually listen to, and then I go back now I'm listening to this. I go listen to M. I go listen to a few people who used to be, you know, top 10, whatever. They're not saying anything. But if I was to give it 1 to 10 though, maybe a 6.5.
That's yeah. Come on,
Maybe.
Hey,
Yo,
get your boy! Get
come
your
on,
boy!
bro.
Get
Like,
your
come
boy.
on, cuz.
Somebody
Maybe
go
a
get this man!
Like, what's going on, man? Dog,
Maybe a
What is?
6.5.
I'm about to cut my mic off, cuz.
God damn.
Let me finish my drink before I get
So
this
look,
smoke
though,
real quick.
all I'm saying is this. All I'm saying.
Bro,
is
would you
this.
listen to the lines he was saying, like, for real, bro? Would you
Yes.
No bullshit, bro. I heard good punchlines.
He
bro.
was-
I heard good
He's,
punchlines.
come
I
on,
feel like
Cass.
especially you, dog. I feel like especially you would be like, yo, you know what? This is some woke shit. Some of the shit he was saying was kind of like some woke, like trap shit. Like it was just fire.
It wasn't though.
Oh.
It didn't do it.
No,
for me. Like I
I'll-
said, I want to listen to it a few more times so I can really get, you know, all of the nuances. Cause I break, you know, lines down a little different. But from what I heard, bro, like it just didn't do it for me. I
Yo,
don't know.
So,
If you listen
It
to it
didn't do it
again
for me.
and you start to like it, you got to come back on the podcast.
Next episode, I would have heard it. I would have heard it a couple of times, and I'll just start off with that. I'll just be like,
I
look,
mess with
Never
that.
an apology to YMCMB. That's what
man,
You
whatever.
hear me? You hear me?
Like I said,
Young
And it was
Moolah,
and it was and it was
baby. Come on,
24
bro.
tracks of quality,
you
bro.
can't appreciate
You
that.
hear me? Discography, bro. Come on.
cause I'm used to listening to Wayne. I've listened to pretty much every Wayne mixtape. I have practically every Wayne mixtape that's ever came out. I got a big
And rightfully
10 and a
so.
half, 11, 12 gigabyte folder of nothing below. I get it. I'm used to hearing 23, 24, whatever tracks of Endless Wayne, but I'm used to listening to that. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way. It just wasn't there, bro. I don't know. It just wasn't
I'll
there.
say this, Doc, and
It
to your
wasn't there.
point. Carter 1 and Carter 2, and maybe even Carter 3, and all the mixtapes in between those, to me, is the best Weezy of all time.
That's a
I mean,
different
I'm
kind
not.
of
Yeah, I'm not even comparing him to his old self. That's not even the point. Like, all I'm saying is, I'm gonna say it to you like this: if any other one of these younger rappers came out and did this, it wouldn't be received as well. I'll just say it like that.
It would be received as them trying to beat Wayne at best.
But hear that though. So okay. So if somebody else would have did it, it wouldn't be an 8.
Yeah,
It's
well,
'cause-
it'll probably be a 9.
No bullshit.
Because I'd be like,
that shit
damn,
that shit was quality, bro.
I don't know.
I don't
It
know.
was.
That shit was
It
quality.
was.
Bro, you know what? Bro, I rap, so like when you be rapping and the way he put together words where it just sound like that's
And
supposed to
punchlines, bro. And punchlines.
I mean, I write for people and I write poetry. I understand the writing process. Like, I
You're a
get it.
ghostwriter now. So you're a ghostwriter now.
It's evolving.
That's chill. That's yeah.
Got side hustles. Okay. All
What
right.
I'm saying is,
be right.
I understand the writing process. I understand the rapping process. I understand syllables, and I get all of that. I feel you,
You can't possibly get it if you don't think that was fire.
bruh. I don't see it.
You ain't like Mahogany? Man, you had to like Mahogany. That was for you.
Hard.
That shit was hard,
The
bro.
Mahogany was for you.
Bro, hold on, Doc. Did you hear the Harden joint?
I heard the whole CD.
All right, bro. Second verse of the Harden, bro. Was that not poetic, bro?
All
You
I'm,
know, just like-
I'm
you know,
not.
just
I'm not.
spoken
I'm not
word.
saying. Okay. First off, I'm not saying that the whole thing was garbage. I'm not saying that it was trash. What I'm saying is that it just
I think that's
wasn't tight. Like, it just wasn't visual. Like, it wasn't 8. It wasn't. I'm gonna put it to you like this, and I don't know if y'all wanted me to mention this yet or not or whatever. The album that y'all two just made was better than this, and y'all saw what I gave y'all. So it's not that. Like, to me,
Sir.
it's not
Sir.
that.
That's a
Sir,
lot.
chill out,
I mean,
sir.
I'm-
Chill out, sir. I made the album. I'm like, nah.
Nah.
That's how you feel.
Nah.
That's how you feel.
Nah.
I 100% made the
Nah.
album too, and I do not feel that.
Yeah, I do not agree with that statement at all.
I understand.
That was a force, bro. Jeez.
I understand
That
what y'all saying.
That was a
All right,
Stretch
y'all.
Armstrong,
Half
my
vote.
nigga.
The half vote. The
Relax.
latest sign
Relax.
to Young Money, Cash
Hey,
Money.
I'm just telling y'all an opinion for what I heard. Just is what it is. And it's like you like mentioning that when I say stuff like that, I'm looking at it from like, okay, the production value is different. You're using different types of equipment, so it's gonna sound a certain way, etc. I'm looking at it from how I hear music. It just sounded better to me. So I don't know. Like I said, I'll listen to it a few more times. Maybe I'll have a different outlook. But as of right now, it's not there for me.
Wow. I mean, but
right, man.
hey, is that what you think?
Hey man, everybody has their own opinion. Let's
That shit
let's move
slapped
on,
to
guys.
me.
All right, listen, guys. Let's move on to a man's perspective. Let me preface this question in a very important way for disclaimer. I did not come up with this question. This question is direct from a female. I don't care to know the answer to this question. I don't even want to ask it, really, to be honest. How do I
Say
phrase this?
Some left shit.
Yeah, very left, very left, George. Guys, we know that in society there are, if you will, double standards, man. There are taboos about sexuality,
Oh, yeah.
certain sexual acts that men do with their woman, right? You know, there's certain taboos behind them, and this person just wanted to know, why are guys not honest about like getting their ass ate? What I mean, why they're just not honest about it. and then secondly, as a subtitle, why I think the ass eating epidemic has rose up high in the last few years. Why are guys kind of biased against ass eating? And I know you with your partner, a male partner, and I think you'll be a great candidate to answer this first. Yeah. So what's the taboo? Because it's not really gay because you're with your female and she's hold on, wait. It's not high pitched voice, It's not really gay because you're with your female and she's doing it. And many men, I think I even heard a comment from Dwayne Wade talking about this. about getting his ass ate. And why is there taboo behind it? If you like it, you like it. And it's from your girl. And Ty, I can you go get Joe and bring him to the scenario real quick?
Who the fuck is that?
So, fellas, that's the question. And again, disclaimer: I did not come up with this question.
You're lying.
This is from a no.
Who did that?
I didn't
Who
come up with
did
this
that?
shit.
Bruh, he
I
was just
ain't,
on
I
my
ain't,
house
I,
talking about
anonymous.
Look, I'll answer the question. Look, I'll answer the question. I've been eating females' asses since about 2007. All right, from the beginning. From the beginning. If you eating pussy, bro, you ain't about to. If you eating pussy right, you ain't about to like just not eat some ass. It's right there.
Damn, nigga Georgia freak.
I'm just letting you know, it's right there.
I know the team. I'm on Team George, man. I'm with George.
Hey,
It's
nigga,
right
yeah,
there.
all left and right. Y'all all wild and crazy.
And when it comes to when it comes to you and your, first of all, it gotta be your girl first and foremost. You don't just eat.
What?
Random
Why
don't ask.
Why would you assume that? Why would you assume that, sir?
It doesn't matter. Listen, first off, it got to be a girl because you can literally turn a hoe out who ain't never had that done to her, and she will annoy the fuck out of you, bro.
That's
Period. You can't just do that to anybody.
Let me say for the record,
they'll be slashing tires and doing dumb shit.
Hold on, pause. I have eaten ass, but I do not currently eat ass.
Okay.
I just put that on the record.
All right, well, since 2007, I've been a card carrying member and practitioner of doing that. So, I'll say whatever you and your girl do is y'all business.
Nigga said I got a card carrier.
Whatever you and your girl do is y'all business. Whoever asks you that, she need to take it up with her niggas.
Well,
Okay, if she mad at the dudes ain't eating her ass, but that gets you hooked, bro. I'm like, fuck that. It'd be crazy as shit eating some single chick ass. Nah, crazy as hell. Crazy as shit.
Question. Does pussy not taste better?
Nigga, does all pussy taste the same? How about that?
Hey, man.
No.
All right,
Really
so
sweet.
the fuck?
But
So what the
pussy
fuck?
tastes better than ass.
Yeah, but if the girl, listen, I don't. You say you ate ass. You already know. You already know the answer to this fucking question. You ain't just eating, you just ain't eating fucking Serena Williams ass after playing in the fucking Wimbledon after eating fucking tacos.
Well, damn.
You're not just
Well,
about to eat that
goddamn.
ass. It's fresh out the shower, glistening, bronze beauty ass. Okay,
Man,
The
but
imagery is crazy.
I need to
Please,
explain
man.
because some of this is just audio, you know.
Whatever, nigga. I wanna approach the elephant in the room. Doc, you've been very quiet. Doctor, you put your dreads in a ponytail before you eat ass.
Oh,
couldn't even get no shit
that's
out.
hilarious.
He said, "Do you put your shit in a ponytail?" Hey, do you put your shit in a ponytail? That's the question, man. Man, that's the question.
Nah, that's funny as shit. Though.
Man, that's the question. It's an honest question.
No, I don't.
Doc, what's up, Doc? What's your thoughts, Doc?
Yo, I ain't never think about that. If I had long hair, nobody would
Everybody
put
put it in a
my hair in a
ponytail, bro.
ponytail.
everybody's been translucent, Doc. Go ahead, tell us.
Nah, I
This
don't.
nigga said translucent.
I really don't.
Hey yo.
Y'all funny as shit though.
Oh, you lying. Look, you can tell you lying.
Hey Mo.
Y'all
This
funny as
nigga
shit.
said translucent.
No, you can tell Doc is like, damn, you know what? I do put them shits out. I need to stop that
Nah,
shit.
that
found
was
my
a really
secret.
funny question.
You caught me. You found me out.
laughing.
He said, "Am I that predictable?"
I'm laughing, but that is kind of funny.
Hey yo.
Yo,
That's a really funny question.
Y'all funny as shit. This is
Doc, what's up, Doc? What's your thoughts, Doc?
I mean, hey, it's nothing wrong with it. I've only done it a couple times. I don't know.
He's not a man of the arts.
Hold
Nah,
on.
not
Was
like
the
that.
question doing it or getting done to you?
Oh, in terms of getting it done
yeah,
to me,
there you
that'll
go.
never happen. That'll never happen.
Does anybody have the ass AB in here? Real quick. Real quick.
yeah, I have.
Okay.
Hey man, George don't give a fuck.
I'm out here in these
Never
streets, bro.
happened.
I can respect it,
All
man.
right.
And
Yeah. Okay.
so, I mean, yeah, I have.
Oh,
So,
okay.
your friend,
All right.
if she has a list of females, I mean, I'm back in that relationship now.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
It's all about what you and your girl do.
Sure.
It's-
Sure.
It's
Sure.
nobody's
Yeah.
business.
Sure.
It
Yeah,
is
man.
about what you
Well,
and
it's-
your girl
first of
do.
all, it's every listener's business now. But okay.
Yeah. And they can hit me up, and I can tell them how to get over
This
their
nigga
little
wild.
fears.
This
Hey,
nigga,
man.
wow. I
Hey,
listen.
man.
When I was 19, I had a really freaky girlfriend by the name of R. Sean that Ty might know of.
Bro, nobody put your name on here, bro.
I said R, nigga. I said R. Yeah. So I've had that activity done. I wasn't quite the fan of it, to be quite honest. I'm good off that. I'm good. I'd rather just get hit. To be quite honest. Yeah. Head is excellent. I'm good on that. Yeah, man. So it's just very uncomfortable. So let's just move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Anyways, guys, back to a nicer question. How soon or how fast do you think it's too fast to move on from one relationship to another? Meaning, like, if you break up with your girl on Monday, 2 weeks later, can you be in a whole different situationship? Or is that too soon?
Hey, have y'all ever went to King's Dominion, like by y'all?
Yeah, VA.
All right, so check this out.
Yeah.
You know when you first get in there to the left is the newest roller coaster, the Dominator, and that shit is just the most epic fucking shit ever. And you accidentally get on that motherfucker first, and now all the other rides in the fucking park is some shit. That's kind of like how Darius is doing. He should have led with this weaker ass question.
Right.
And then he should have came back to the fucking to this ass question. Because now it's just like
shit bothered me, bro.
Now it's just like
aching at my soul, bro. It was aching at my. The other question, I can ask the other question. The other question is why men so trash at eating pussy. We can talk about that question if y'all want. I skipped that question. I skipped that question.
That sounds like a personal issue.
Yeah.
That ain't me, cuz. Nah.
I wasn't saying about you. I'm talking about the person asking.
Darius snitching on himself. He's letting us know who's asking these questions. He's letting us know who's asking these questions.
Hold on, wait a minute. In her experience, she's saying most men are not good at it.
Most men is she.
How many men do
right? Right.
What's the sample size?
That's the
Let's ballpark it for fun. 50.
That's unfortunate.
Nigga, that's crazy. If you had 50 niggas eat your coochie and none of them was good, then
we didn't say no, nigga. We didn't say none. We said most. So let's do a most. We'll say 15 out of 50. 35 was trash. 15 was good.
That's still
trash.
That's a bad percentage. That's a bad percentage.
I think her coochie trash. I'm just gonna put it out you. I do it like that.
Maybe I'm about to say maybe niggas don't want to eat their shit.
I think niggas just don't get enthusiastic to eat
that.
That's what
the enthusiasm do gotta be there.
Nigga, if you pull down some pants and you see some lunch meat, you ain't gonna be like, what the fuck?
Lasagna, spaghetti, Alfredo, fettuccine.
When you was a kid, your mother put vegetables on the plate and you kind of like push them around. That's what the fuck you gonna do with that. You're not gonna eat it good. You're not gonna do your best ability. Man, nobody
ground turkey? Ground lamb?
Yeah, some of them just gotta be like, man, I hope it's better on the inside. Let me go ahead and fuck.
All right, there you go.
Ground lamb? Ground chicken?
Maybe her coochie need a facelift and then it will be
ground bison. Ground buffalo.
There you go.
Okay.
Venison.
All right, but we just skip that. I was gonna skip that question. Back to the more PG question. How fast is too fast to move on from a relationship, guys? What do you guys think? 2 weeks is too fast to move on and be in a situationship. Obviously, I mean, I don't think that you would. I mean, it's done before, obviously, but I don't think you would move on from a relationship and in 2 weeks be in another relationship. But people definitely move on as quick enough and get into a situationship. So do y'all think 2 weeks is too fast? What do y'all think is an average time? What do y'all think is a good time? Like, how soon is too soon?
It depends on the relationship for real. Because if you with somebody for 3 years and then you break up and then 2 weeks later you with somebody else, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, because you definitely was cheating. But if it was like,
but you mean with somebody else as far as like actually dating somebody else?
I'll give you an example. This is an actual example. It's true to me. I was dating somebody for like a year and some change. We broke up, and I was like, I wasn't going with the other girl, but I was in this sort of a situationship, and it was probably like 3 weeks later.
But but you're not actually dating someone. You mean until you actually officially have another girlfriend?
Right.
Like I said about the whole situationship question from last time, like that whole concept is just dumb. Either you dating or you're not. So that's just like. If it's enough for you to give it the label of situationship, then you would have like at that point. Like,
how would you feel if you broke up with your girlfriend broke up with you, and then 2 weeks later you saw on Facebook that she was with another guy?
I don't give a shit.
So it's like two things. So like with a dude,
I probably want to beat somebody up. I'm not gonna hold you.
He said you gotta beat
somebody up. We can jump him if you want to, bro. I'm with the smoke.
I don't give a shit.
And the reason you can do that because with a dude is gonna separate like the physical shit with the emotional shit. So if he moved on physically, he may still actually care for his ex or whatever. He might still think, oh, it's a possibility to get back together because emotionally he still has that attachment to him. But a woman ties the both of those together, the physical and the emotional together. So if she's moved on to somebody else and messing with her, that means she emotionally was already disconnected from her nigga and already moved on. So it's like two separate things. So like a woman might look at us as we smashing somebody else, or the situationship where we appear like we're with someone else, but in reality we just smashing them. We don't really care for them or whatever.
Yeah, just wow. But I don't give a shit. Like once it's a rap, it's a rap. Like, alright, and you go do what you about to do, and that don't have nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? It's why would I even?
It depends on who too. Like, what if this nigga in your circle? Like, it's in your circle of niggas, and she moved on to that nigga within 3 weeks.
That's not bro code, bro. That's bro code.
That's fucked up. I'd ask him what was that, why he even was cool enough to do that, but I wouldn't say. What would I say to her?
I asked him with my hands.
Yeah, and I hope she there to watch this shit. Cause
that would be interesting. Like that's another situation.
Yeah, I'd probably be somebody to fuck up.
Yeah, yeah. In that situation,
he was gonna do it anyway. So
you
this nigga's definitely.
If it was one of my men, like that's a whole nother situation. But it's just some other nigga that I don't give a shit. Like, how could what? I wouldn't. That don't even make sense.
Look, for me, to me, I think probably first week is the only thing I would say is probably too fast, bro, to be in a situationship. Like first week and you already talking to somebody, bro, that's a little too quick. You probably had that move set up as a second chance move already. Like 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out. All right, man. You might.
What would you say? How would that conversation go? What could you possibly say? Y'all not together no more. Like, what would you say?
Well, I don't think it's the point to the point of saying anything about it. I just think it looks a kind of way. Yeah. Right. I'm saying,
like, okay, not necessarily what would you say, but what are you doing? Like, how does that manifest itself? Okay, you feel some type of way about it. What happens?
What happens if the person that's broke up with feels some type of way?
No. If you just said you broke up or whatever, and the other person was in some type of situation a week later. Okay, you feel some type of way. What happens?
I mean, you can't do shit.
Somebody dies.
Bro,
if he dies, he dies.
If you invested like hella fucking time and somebody just
honestly, if they just walk out and they with somebody, I'm going to beat him the fuck up. Like, I'm not playing. Like,
you reformed now, bro. No, you reformed now, bro. You reformed now, bro.
Bro, if my girl tomorrow said she didn't want to be with me no more and left, and next week I seen her with another nigga,
that's just not common for a woman. Ask how about you? Yeah, how about you go back to the girl, whoever it was, ask her what does she think is a good enough amount of time for a woman, and watch her say like around like a month or something like that. And now, and like Ty saying, next week. In 2 weeks? Hell nah, bro. What the fuck is you doing?
I'm not playing, bro. I will beat him up. I will fire him fuck up, bro. I'm not playing, bro. Like, just, like, could y'all only imagine, like, George, like, you got
exactly.
Like, just imagine your girl broke up with you tomorrow. Then next thing you know, you see this big, where's Waldo head ass nigga.
Hell no, that makes you look dumb as fuck. That makes you look dumb. That makes you look dumb as fuck.
Hey guys. I have a female insider. I got a female insider. She slid me a note. She said a month.
A month. So okay, so like I said, a month. Like I'm fine with a month too, for a woman. I mean, I'm moving on regardless. Like if we done, I'm moving on regardless because I separate. I'm gonna move on physically regardless because I can separate the emotion on that. But a woman has those two things together, bro. So if she done moved on to a nigga and emotionally with another nigga, she's physically with that nigga. Like everything is with that nigga, and it was already there. It was already being built the whole time. So somebody got to get their ass whooped. We ain't whipping up women up here, so.
Y'all violent, man. I'm a Christian. Y'all violent. I'm a Christian, bro.
Hey, man.
Praise Jesus.
Yeah, I'm being somebody.
Chill.
Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus, the mythical character. Anyways, guys, let's move on to my art. So boom.
What the hell?
All right, my art so boom this week is a lighter.
The rehabilitated Christian rapper. Talking about the
Jesus is a great character in Civilization, man. I don't want to omit his contributions to society. Anyways, that's another topic for another day. My alright, so boom is this. It's a very light one this week, guys, and keep it chill. I just have a question. Like, let's say you and your girl you're drinking or whatever, y'all chilling at the crib, and you tired, you mad tired. Maybe you had to work that day, something like that. Maybe you just tired in general from being a black man because that shit is exhausting sometimes. And like, she want to talk, and you're like, yo, boo, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep tonight. And he's just like, all right, cool. And while you trying to go to sleep, you hear her calling somebody, and she calls one of her male friends. And just an asterisk to the situation, this friendship was founded of him initially liking her. However, she rejected his offers, and they've been friends for about 10 years ever since. Purely platonic, no funny shit. How do you feel about that? Is that an argument?
So clarify.
Are you guys going to address it?
So clarify. You said we was trying to smash and she wasn't down, and she went and called her dude.
None. We're not gonna say smash. She was trying to talk, and you were tired. Let's say, George, you had a hard day. You know,
I wouldn't care.
no.
work. Let's say you had a hard day working your military base, flying your helicopters left and right. I don't know what you do, but let's just say you was mad tired, and you had a couple drinks in your system too. That makes you tired sometimes when you already tired, right? So, and then you know she wants to just talk, like she's in that drunk mode where she really just legit want to just talk, and you hear the phone ringing, and you hear a man's voice on the other side of that line, and you're like, yo, who you talking to? She's like, blah blah blah, and then based off y'all prior conversations, you know that that's a nigga that used to like her. However, they've been friends for 10 years, purely platonic up to this point. Do you feel some type of way about it? Do you approach it? Do you confront her about it? What's your next move in that situation? And it's like 1 o'clock in the morning in this scenario, by the way.
I wouldn't care. If I been knew it was like what the deal was, I wouldn't really care, honestly. I mean, if she ain't never shown no interest in this nigga, like what point is there to get all worked up about it? If I already know that she's never showed interest in him, and I've heard them talk before, if this is her, been her friend for 10 years, then I already know what's up. So I wouldn't care. Question. Yeah. That
begs for me to ask another question. Do you think it's inappropriate for females and males to talk at a certain time of night?
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think that's inappropriate. That's what I would have an issue with. I would have an issue with that, but I don't have an issue with the dude. I don't care who it is. Like somebody blowing up your phone at 2 o'clock in the morning, we laying together. Like, I'm gonna ask who it is.
Yeah, like I have no problem with any of my girls' dude friends. She from Atlanta.
Any of your girls? Hold on, wait a minute. Any of your girls?
Yeah, any of my girls.
Slide past that real quick.
Any of my girls'
Georgia
dude
player.
friends.
Georgia player.
Anyway, any of my girls' dude friends, I don't really have a problem with them. I mean, half of them niggas gay anyway because she from Atlanta. But I will say that after 2 o'clock shit, that ain't about to work.
Yeah.
That nigga calling you after 2 o'clock thinking that shit was sweet. That shit not about to work. And I'm gonna tell her. And I'm gonna tell her.
Guys.
No, you said he called her. You said her phone blew up. It's this dude.
Yeah,
I never say any of those things.
All right, so check this out. If she no, she ain't about to go out her fucking way at 2 o'clock in the morning calling no other nigga. And I'm gonna tell her that shit one time. And after that, we gonna have a fucking problem. After that, like, let me get off this phone. And she going to apologize too. Like, my bad. That was my fucking. That was my fucking.
You see how he rubbing his hand?
That was my fucking stupidity.
Yeah. Hey George, what's going on, George?
Nah, nigga, I'm just saying. She is going to say my bad. You know,
George.
we fucking like I'm just saying. Especially if we married, bro. We married or something like that, bro. Hell no.
You gotta talk, George.
You got me fucked
up.
George.
Talk
no, and girls and women know that shit. Women know that shit. Don't do no dumb shit just try to annoy us. And I'm the type of nigga like okay, you trying to annoy me? I'm gonna say that you trying to annoy me, huh? Okay, cool, perfect. Since you got this nigga on deck, let me go ahead and get my backups ready and warming up. Since you want to be fucking stupid, everybody can call somebody 2 o'clock in the morning.
Damn.
So the girls be playing too many fucking games. They think they're fucking orchestrating. We the
fellas,
game masters out here.
Let me play devil's advocate. What if it was legitimately purely platonic and she legitimately just want to talk to somebody? You was tired.
Then that's what I said.
I gotta talk to somebody.
No, you don't gotta talk to nobody. The fuck you talking about? You gotta go watch some TV. The fuck?
Well, damn.
Or call a female friend.
Jesus.
Honestly,
call a female friend.
If it's that serious to her, I just talk to her, even if I'm
about to say
yeah. You wake up and talk to her. If this is there, I mean, if you ain't doing shit, yeah.
So y'all gonna wake up and talk to her?
Yeah.
Okay, I respect y'all.
Bro, it's been times I wake up in the middle of the night.
You didn't even say that shit was an option.
Right.
I did.
He did it.
If I'd have said some shit, you're like, oh, no, you don't want to get up. You don't, no, I'm just devil's advocate.
Devil's advocate.
That's funny.
That's an option. It's an option, man. I like it. But for me, it's this. you know, I think there's definitely a cutoff time where men and women should be talking, even if there's a purely platonic relationship and they're just friends. I think there's an appropriate cutoff time, and I would venture to be fair with it and be lenient and say probably it's midnight. And I think if she legitimately wanted to talk and if she was just in that zone, I would try my hardest. I can't promise that I would do it, but I would try my hardest to get up and talk to her. But I've been mad tired before, so I recognize like yo, sometimes you just really don't have the energy, bro. Like you just don't. So I mean, that's my thoughts on that, man. That's all I got for y'all fellas, man. Let's shoot the shit real quick, man. I know Ty, you want to talk about the album that we dropping coming up soon in February. Fellas, how y'all feel about the Half Woke album?
Fire. Hey. That's what the city need the whole time. Like, and I've listened to a lot of. I've been listening more to the artists coming out of the area, DMV area, in Baltimore. I've been making it my business to listen to more, so I can have a clear understanding of the whole situation. But I feel like it's one of the vibes that's needed. It seemed like everybody's pretty much talking about the same thing, and the people who are talking like, I don't know, more woke, politically minded, whatever concepts or whatever, that they're not. They're doing that, but they tend to lose their like the sonic appeal.
I feel you.
When they go kind of like woke, politically minded or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I really was able to combine the two in a way that makes it, you know, fun to listen to, quite honestly. I've been listening to it, you know, ever since I heard it. I got it, you know, kind of early, but I'm still listening to most of the tracks, you know.
Let me ask you a question, Doc. You know, Ben from the thank you, Doc, too. Thank you, by the way. Ben from the DMV, do you think that it was appropriate for us to veer off from the the DMV flow? We didn't really do the DMV flow too much or anything like that on the album, and that's really popular right now.
I'm really glad you asked me that. I'm happy that I didn't hear it, you know, really at all, but as much. I didn't really hear much at all for real, and I'm happy because I understand that areas have a set of slang or what they call the accents or whatever. How we talk a certain way, we say things a certain way, we describe things a certain way. Okay, I get it, and that's regional or by city or whatever the case may be. That's cool, but still, like, it's like I think about it like back in 80s, 90s rap, when New York was on top of everything. Like, you had hundreds of rappers coming out of New York and nobody sounded the same. So now that you got like all these rappers that'll come out of Atlanta or come out of this city or that city and everybody sounds exactly the same, like, that's corny to me. You know what I'm saying? The fact that y'all was able to put together a good sonically sounding, you know, whole tape with substance, with punchlines, bars, all of that, you know, and the instruments was there and everything. Like, the fact that y'all was able to do that without overplaying the area sound for real is more impressive to me.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that, bro.
I'll call you brother.
Brethren.
I thought the joint was quality. I mean, I'm hearing reviews that this shit was better than Funeral. That's what I heard.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
I've heard it from people. I've heard it from people in the streets that the jump was better than
Funeral.
I've heard it from people in the streets that the jump was better than Funeral. But
whoever said that is on to some shit.
That's wild. That's wild, right? I mean, it's just the reviews I'm hearing. I'm hearing in the streets. But yeah, no, I like the jump. Like I said, I thought it was solid. Like, production wise, I thought it was solid. I think I already told y'all like some tweaks that I would do. But I do agree with what Doc was saying, or what your question was to him, that it is good that it sounds different from just being a DMV sound. I think we got more than enough of like the DMV flavor from your accents, regardless. So we didn't really need no wild shit. But I thought it was a very solid album that I can see like doing numbers outside the area or whatever.
Good look, man.
Definitely.
Hopefully, it's dropping February 10th for everybody listening.
February 10th.
Officially.
All major platforms.
Shit, if you hit me up, I'll just send you a copy so you could just shoot me a review about it. So
Exclusive.
y'all want to hear it, man. I mean, it's gonna be out.
Exclusive for the listeners, so it's like it's not gonna be everybody, obviously. But if you listen to the podcast, you can get it. So yeah, that
hit me up. I'll send it to you. I got a copy. I sent it to about 15 fucking friends anyway, just to hear what they got to say. And thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
Real life, man.
Certainly appreciate it, man. It's been an interesting journey to link up with Ty musically. You know what I'm saying? We always fuck with each other musically, but we never actually put together a project. So it was cool to finally get to that point where we put together that project.
Yeah.
Fellas, y'all got any more topics y'all want to speak on before we close this bitch out?
No. Still rest in peace, Kobe, man. Rest in peace, Gigi. This shit's terrible.
Yeah. Yes,
terrible,
sir. Rest in
know.
peace.
Crazy.
One day we'll move past it. Oh, what about what y'all think about the logo? You think they should replace Kobe for the job?
Bruh, to be honest, bruh, like it's a good sentiment. No, it's a good sentiment, but I think I don't know if it's necessary. It's a good sentiment.
Come on, bro. This is the most tragic thing that happened in basketball history to a star.
That's probably true.
He was 41 years old, bro. Like, not old at all.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, bro.
Well, so separate from Kobe, and I do agree that Kobe should be the new mascot. What if Kobe never died and the NBA said, boom, we want to change the mascot on the logo. What do you think would be the standard for the person that gets to replace that? You know,
then you give it to Kobe or Jordan.
I'm about to say the fact that nobody's ever. Well, I'm not gonna say nobody's ever because I've had this conversation with a few people before. But the fact that the conversation hasn't been, on a mainstream level to change it to Jordan, like.
But Jordan's logo, Jordan's silhouette is already well known because of his shoes. So I don't think he would.
That's my point. Like, I'm not saying that you put the actual, Jumpman logo on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, it shouldn't be Jerry West.
Yeah, no. I do believe it needs to be indicative of the state of basketball at the time.
I'm kind of about that. Like, I'm more about it like being like an era. So like, at this point, it would be hard to say anybody else but LeBron. But
honestly, I think they should do Kobe for like a good maybe like 20 years, and then
decade or two.
And then I think they should make it where they change it to like the icons of the era for like years at a time, because I think that's the only way it's gonna be relevant forever. Because you can't have Jerry West is like 80 years old, man. Like, did y'all see him?
How long has he been the logo?
I mean,
since it's been a logo, as far as I know.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all real quick. I just learned about that today years ago. Like, I just learned about that today.
You didn't know that was?
I had no idea. I said today ago, my nigga. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
It was a while before I learned who it was.
1969. So he been a logo for 50 years.
Well, goddamn.
See, that's crazy.
Well, goddamn.
Bro, it's about time for a change, man.
It's no way that it should, at this point, that it should be Jerry West. Like, there's so many other people who it could have been and should have been.
But let's think about how old Jerry West is. If he was the logo 50 years ago, he was a grown ass man playing basketball.
It was a high school student that designed that shit from Los Angeles, and that's why they picked him. And they was like, even at that time, it's saying Jerry West didn't want to be the fucking logo of the jump, and he don't want to be it now. So if Jerry West was so invested in finding Kobe and getting them to there, because he traded an all-star to get Kobe there to make sure Kobe could maybe show Kobe started there or whatever. I think you should make it Kobe. Period.
Yeah. I feel like at this point with him dying, like, that's the only thing that makes sense.
Last topic before we close it out. We almost hit the 60-minute mark. Who y'all got for the Super Bowl?
I don't watch football.
I'm about to say, you're gonna have to tell me who's in the Super Bowl.
I'm hoping the Chiefs.
Well, goddamn.
I'm hoping the Chiefs because I'm a Steelers fan.
I got 49ers.
Yeah, I'm hoping the Chiefs because I'm a Steelers fan. We got 6 rings. I ain't trying to. Yeah.
That's ugly.
Wow.
Okay.
Right. Ugly as fuck.
I know it's mad random. Yeah.
But they both good fucking teams though. That's what's wild.
I'm taking the Chiefs because of what happened to Cap. So fuck 49.
Hey, we stand with Cap. Face it ass.
That's a good reason also.
It is what it is. And I'm with the quarterback. The quarterback from the Chiefs, what's his name? Mahomes, I think it is. Yeah, I'm standing with Cuz.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Did they just announce the MVP?
I'm not sure.
I think so. I think they're doing something tonight, but I forgot what it is. It's on Fox right now or something.
Yeah, they
Your
just
boy.
announced him. Yeah, your boy Lamar Jackson.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Hey,
that's
deserve
easy.
it.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Unanimous. They said
All
it was
right.
unanimous since
He deserves it. He
I'm about to say I don't even watch
second
football,
pick.
and that's probably who I would have just picked. Like
Yeah.
from what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like it's nobody else.
Yes, sir. Well, all right, fellas. Listen, anyone who's listening to this podcast, first of all, thank you for listening. We started this in December. On our 12th, what is this? 11 or 12?
11.
I don't know. 11th episode. So we're making great content. Thank you for listening. Please follow us on Instagram at the N-Word Podcast. Subscribe to all of our major platforms: Apple, Google, Speakerbox, all those good ones. Thank you, guys. Thank you, fellas. I will see everyone next week. This is Who Is D Right, and I am signing out. This is the N-Word Podcast.